Did you always know that you wanted to be in law enforcement, or what drew you to this career path?
Yeah, so I am not an individual that is going to tell you that at the young age of 5 or 6, I knew that this is what I was going to do. Behind me, there is a photograph of a gentleman by the name of Gilbert Jones. And Gilbert Jones was the second African American to ever join the Ohio State Highway Patrol. He did it in 1965. I had no idea of Gilbert Jones and his legacy and the impact, but I had went to art college, got an art degree, and was working in advertising. And the company I was working for had been bought out, and I started looking for some other opportunities. Had a family member, my uncle, who was a Columbus detective, suggest that I do composite sketch artist for law enforcement. I thought, wow, that's a great fit. So I applied at a couple of law enforcement agencies here in Central Ohio and stopped by the Highway Patrol Academy. Got to meet then Captain Jones, and he challenged me into becoming an Ohio State Trooper. And I said, I have no desire to become a state trooper. And he basically said, look, you couldn't meet our standards, and literally challenged me to do it. During that conversation, he asked where I was from. I shared I was from Columbus, and he asked about my family. And when I told him who my grandfather was, he pushed over the desktop phone back in 1990 and had me call my grandfather. Called my grandfather and said, "Hey, somebody wants to talk to you." They got on the phone and they exchanged the conversation. He handed the phone back to me, and my grandfather said, "Fill out the application," and hung up the phone. And I thought, what is going on? So on the other side of that table, Captain Jones said, "You got to fill out the app, don't you?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, you don't know this, but your grandfather and my eldest brother were the best of friends who grew up here in the city."
Wow.
And so just that connection, he became just an absolute vital role model, not only to myself, but to so many other law enforcement officers within the patrol. He retired after about 33 years in the Highway Patrol. Then he joined the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and was a leader there with their agency for many years. We unfortunately lost him to cancer about 4 years ago. And so I keep memory and his image here on my desk every day to think about the impact of what he did for me and so many others.